we make a trade with the Eagles and they give us AJ Brown,
Also,
becoming
I don't know
less
if
and less
James Cook is a
important.
star running back.
I definitely wasn't. I definitely wasn't a student, as you can tell.
With running backs, it's really like a card.
No, I think we're both easily hated.
Let the receiver elevate the quarterback.
Psychosis and schizophrenia. This guy gets it.
What does that
Watching
say
us,
about us?
yeah,
Nah,
bro,
you got
that's
to
a
put.
terrible take.
He's a
It's a
pro,
yeah,
but
it's
he's
a.
not. But he's not a star.
I just
No, but
think
college is college and pro is pro. If you go to college, you should play for that college team.
Disclaimer. The takes on this podcast may not be backed by facts or statistics. In fact, most of the takes on this podcast are backed by feelings, not facts. Unfortunately, podcast equipment is free to purchase by the public. Please enjoy this podcast at your own discretion.
Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie beaming. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs ringing. I guess I define winning.
welcome back, beautiful people. I feel like I got the shit kicked out of me last night. I drank all 12 of those Michelob Ultras that you saw last night. I drank all 12. We played a little bit of Madden, so most of the beers were consumed while we played Madden. So I'm going to try and get through this segment as best I can.
So welcome back. This
Yeah,
is
welcome
Buffet
back.
Sports. I'm Devin, and that's Zane. He's going to be leading this show, and I think he's going to be leading the show from here on out. This is our favorite comments from the week, some of our recent videos. So Zane, take it away, man.
And I'm so electric everywhere else except for leading like the discussion. All right, comment number one. So I went and I pulled a bunch of comments again. This is something we're going to do every week. First one is a serious one. Let me grab my glasses. Sorry. I just, as soon as, like right here, can't read anything. There's nothing there for me. Okay, there we go. This was about the NIL, our segment about the NIL and how
Got
we
it.
hated the NIL.
Okay.
These segments were where they just cry about the freedom the players have.
Now.
Sorry.
Holy Moses.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. These segments where they just cry about the freedom the players have now are weak. It was the largest minor league / slave system for sports in the world. You couldn't transfer without losing eligibility or sitting out a year or possibly never playing again. Let the athletes be free. They don't have to go to one school. They don't have to stay in the district that they were born. So this was about our NIL video and how we said we hated the new NIL in the transfer portal because everybody's
Wow.
yes. There was some heat on this when I read this.
Wow, dude.
Okay, notice only one like, and that's probably from him. There we go. Only one like, probably from him liking his own
That's
comment.
hilarious. Wow.
Calling it the
Heated.
flipping the slave system.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild, dude. He
But-
meant that. He meant
Yeah.
that. He went all in with that.
I think there's a little bit of like misconception with what we were saying. It's not that like we want it to go back to the old system. I don't think the old system is any better than the new system. I just
No, but
think
college is college and pro is pro. If you go to college, you should play for that college team. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be getting traded in free agency in college.
yeah, but he actually did get me thinking that like if there were trades and stuff, because like if you think about pro sports, they can't just go to a school, go to a team just because they want to. They have to get traded by that organization.
No, that's what free agency is now.
Yeah, but that's not free agency. That's when a contract runs out. So basically college athletes, their contract runs out every year. Right? Because they can transfer
Yeah,
every
that's
year. So
fair.
that's the difference. So
That's fair.
we
I guess so.
either sign these college athletes to contracts, or like you have to have some sort of rules because you can't have them being free agents switching a team every year. And
Yeah.
that's like what we didn't like is that Haley Van Lith, this is her third time entering
team.
entering the transfer
Second
portal.
time in the transfer portal, third team.
Third team. And then obviously the guy with the money, he didn't actually get any of the money because it was literally like criminal to get the money. But the state of Iowa raised $100,000 for him to come to Iowa, and then he went and then left. Right, like that's still not good, and it's not great. So I sort of understand what he's going by, but The old
Yeah.
system's bad, new system's bad. Somewhere in between would be pretty nice.
There's going to be growing pains. That's all we're
Yeah.
saying is like there needs to be revision, and there's going to be revision with anything and everything. Like in the NBA, I don't know, you probably don't know this. In the NBA, when free agency first started, there was, if a player left the team and signed with another team, it was like a trade where the other team had to send compensation, even though it was free agency. So it takes time. Everything gets worked out in time where you just go through revisions and stuff.
All right, so the next one. This one is actually really funny. This one is about Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Patriots, 3rd overall, instead of the Patriots taking the Super Bowl. You can already see it. F no, terrible take. Marvin Harrison will be mid at best. Well, let's just talk about that one before we get to the one underneath it. I think this is the only man on the planet who
Yeah,
thinks Marvin Harrison's
gotta be. Has to be the only man on the planet.
He has to
dude.
be the only one. Juan Cortez, I'm sorry, brother, but that's
Bro, put him on blast.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro,
you
that's
gotta
a terrible take. That's
yeah,
a
you gotta
terrible
put him
take,
on
Juan.
blast for that one.
Marvin, he's a ready-made starter. That's the like 100% of the
Yeah.
populace, 99.9999%, and then it's just you.
And it's just you.
It's just you. And then here we go. This is the one underneath. Why not take the QB and stash him behind Jacoby for the year as you build up the team around them? Jacoby is serviceable, and they may not be drafting him high enough for a QB next draft. So this one is talking about actually taking a QB for New England Patriots, which I did like that. I did like the idea.
I don't hate it. I just, to me, you're gonna be back in drafting. Like you're gonna be back in the top 3, top 5 next year.
Yeah,
you're not getting. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a ready-made starter. But no matter what kind of team you build, you're not a playoff team next year, especially not in that division. So to me, it doesn't, you're going to be back in the top 10 this year or next year. So why not go get the go get the receiver and build a good team rather than just having a quarterback.
I like the idea, but to be honest, there's so many more and better quarterbacks you would want to be that. So like if they take Drake May and he sits behind Jacoby for a year, like there's like
he's a pro, but he's not a star.
It's a good idea, but you would, if you're gonna do that, it would be so much better with anyone else.
I mean, Jacoby's a pro and he's gonna show the guy the ropes. My thing with this is, and this is an interesting one. I don't think I've ever brought this take up before. This is an interesting take here, and I don't think you're gonna hate it. Get the receiver first, let the receiver develop a couple years with a veteran quarterback, then get the quarterback. Because then the receiver makes the quarterback better rather than having 2 rookies or getting the quarterback first and elevating the receiver. Let the receiver elevate the quarterback.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of a hot take, but
all right, this is my favorite comment. And this comment was actually like I had to manually let it through. It got picked up by TikTok and it got banned. So while I was going through these, I saw like, please review this comment to see if you would like it. And I looked at it and I just cracked up laughing. And it was the most wholesome comment. This was about the Broncos taking Drake May. And like every comment is like calling us like trash and garbage. And then there's this guy. I was on shrooms seeing this. Could not have laughed. Excellent fucking energy. I love you. And this was bad. This is a reviewed comment. I clicked the
because shrooms is in it. Because the word shrooms is in it.
But I mean, this guy gets it. He gets like the concept and like what we're doing. Like if you have to be on shrooms to get it, I mean that kind of makes sense. You know, like a sober person.
What does that say about us?
It says psychosis and schizophrenia. That's what it says about us.
That's great. That's so funny.
Yes, this was my favorite comment.
Yes,
Daniel,
1000%.
Daniel, I love you. And you get it. You understand it. It's just
That's it.
Yeah, excellent energy. That's the part I was like, okay, he understands it, right? It's the energy, and then it's me yelling at you because it's your team, right? Love that one. That one was funny.
That was solid. That was a good comment. Love
Yeah,
that.
he's my favorite. I
I
can't.
I was scrolling through the comments yesterday, dude, and the hate at me is so crazy.
Yeah, you get it.
It's so
You're,
crazy. It
hey,
fuels me. It
you're
fuels me.
easily hated, brother. You're easily hated.
It fuels me.
No, I think we're both easily hated. I don't know why. I don't know. If I let the psychosis fully take over, I bet you somebody would like it. But yeah.
All right,
Okay.
looks like you got
Next
another
comment.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is, I think this is the Patriots one again. I want to say just because I see the word Patriots, it'll
Okay.
come to me while I read it. Patriots select QB Daniels, then they trade a second and future third for AJ Brown. And then I got it because the comment underneath was hilarious. That would
And the
be
smile.
yes, that would be idiotic for the Eagles and the Patriots. Eagles are win now, and the Patriots have a lot more issues than just wide receivers.
Also, I feel like a
Talk
second
about
and a third is a lot for AJ Brown.
it's just like this is like a Patriots fan. That's what
Yeah.
JC is. So it's there's so many guys who they're like, I know how to fix this team. Draft draft Daniels. Patriots get him, obviously, because he's not going to the Commanders. Go to the Patriots. And then you know what we do? We make a trade with the Eagles and they give us AJ Brown. Doesn't even matter how the Eagles feel about AJ Brown. We give them the second and third round and we get him. And then now we're back on track. It's not how the NFL works. I'm sorry to tell you. You can't just like, because then every team would just do that. There are certain guys that, like the comment underneath said, they're in win now mode. They're not going to trade their number one wide receiver to you for a second and a third just so you can live out the fantasy of having a great team again.
I don't, yeah, and I don't think that the relationship is like I don't think it's a Stephon Josh Allen relationship in Philly where they need to have like they need a separate like he needs to go anywhere. I don't think that we're at that point yet.
All right, this one is about our Buffalo Bills, where we're like, what the hell are the Buffalo Bills going to do? So a little bit of Buffalo Bills hatred. And so here we go. Cooks is in his third year, and then we have an actual man who knows how running backs are. Running backs decline faster relative to other positions. And then balls, they still have a good 3 to 4 years with before they start seeing a decline. So I just wanted to
Well,
throw
that depends. That
yes,
depends. That
yes.
depends on usage because with running backs, it's really like a car. It depends on miles. Like how many miles are you putting on the car? How hard are you running it? When are you running it? What kind of stuff or like what kind of driving are you doing? It depends.
Yeah, this is a good conversation piece, is why I threw this in here. I like
Yeah.
going back uh to what we've said once like we get a little bit more insight on how they took our video. Because we're talking about a lot more problems on the Bills offense. And he wanted to single out James Cook. And it is true. Like running backs, they're not in the league for that long. They probably have the quickest turnover in the league. And
Oh yeah.
even with that being said, let's say Cook does have a good 3 to 4 years. That still is one piece, and then you have two tight ends, and then you have nobody.
Even if, and here's the kicker, and you can look at Saquon and in this situation and how the Giants screwed up. Even if he does have a good 3 to 4 years left. This is year 2 or 3 on the rookie contract. So even if he's got 3 years, you can franchise tag here, and then you got. So even if he does have more years in him than contract, and he doesn't, and he's not out of the league by then, you have to start weighing the options of when is his decline? Is he worth the money? Because at that point you have to pay him, which is why the Giants held on to Saquon too long. Arguably, you could say they held on to the right amount of time. I think they held on to him 1 year too long. But then you get a team like the Eagles that is in win now and can spend the money because they're trying to play for a Super Bowl and they need that one piece to put them over the edge. But a young running back who's really good on a mediocre to bad team just doesn't make sense.
And that's what we're talking about here. Like the Eagles they're trying to win a Super Bowl within a couple of years. What the Bills just did in this offseason makes it look like they're not trying to chase a Super Bowl. So having a star running back and like look at the league nowadays. Running backs are becoming
Also, I don't
less
know if
and less
James Cook is a
important.
star running back.
I mean, he's sometimes like it's just weird. Like sometimes he is like when you're talking about them versus the Eagles. Yeah, of course he was a star running back, but
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any Barry Sanders or Bo Jacksons anymore. We don't have any guys where it's just you have a stellar running back and then they win you games nowadays.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare that you see that. So even if Cook is in his third year and he's still young, it still doesn't help or solve any problems that the Bills are currently having. So I did want to come back to that and just kind of like clarify, like when it comes to all of the issues the Bills have. And this is the last one of our comments. Oh, let's go this one. I put it over. We really got to stop letting random dudes start podcasts. And I just want to say thank you, Jacob. I love you. I was interested. Quit hating. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jacob. Because, like I said again, guy with no profile picture talking shit. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. And then, so this was also the transfer portal. And then we have the one on the bottom. Bro, how is the transfer portal stupid? You guys have clearly never played a sport. Maybe things don't line up and you get an opportunity to go to a bigger school. Why would you not want to go? Is what they said. First of all, what's your name? Spo. First of all, Spo. Piss off. Do you see how burly looking of a man I am? You think I've never played sports ever? Like, and this is, I have lost 20 pounds. Look at me. I'm 220 right now. I used to be 240 at running back. I played a lot of sports. I was a 3-star athlete, not a 3-star athlete. What is it when you play 3 sports?
3-sport athlete.
Yeah, 3-sport athlete. Maybe I'm not an athlete. I don't know. I definitely wasn't. I definitely wasn't a student, as you can tell. That took the backtrack. One thing I was an athlete. Student, okay, that's iffy. If you say, I might not be a student, but athlete, I very much am. So, fuck you. All right, Spo. Talking about guys don't know what they're talking about. Maybe I just don't show off the size here. It's because my biceps. I have really tiny biceps because I never work out my biceps. The rest of me, though, is pretty goddamn burly. Fuckhead. I'm actually really enjoying this with the green screen. I've enjoyed the comments. That is all the comments for today. We will be back next week with more. Please, if you see the short form, just go look through the past like 3 to 4 videos. Find one you hate, give us some hate, or give us some good comments. Give us some content here. We'd love to see it out of you.
All right. I'm Devin. That's Zane. We're signing off. This is Buffet Sports. You can catch us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at buffet.sports. We're posting every day, if not twice a day, long form 3 to 4 times a week. We got a new show coming up this week. By the time this video is out, it's probably going to be out. It's called Breakfast with the Broncos.
Look at these titties. Saying I'm not a sport athlete. Look at these titties right now.
Ciao.
I got bigger titties than you, Spo.